Alright, we're back to Dead Space Let's Play, Chapter 2, Part 2, and we are at the store. Sell the gold semiconductor, obviously, and you'll notice that I have not been using any of my power notes for upgrades. I would not recommend using those, at least for the first two chapters, because of the node doors. Next chapter, I start upgrading the plasma cutter, and I recommend buying the pulse rifle. The weapons that I recommend buying are... In Chapter 1, obviously, you have the plasma cutter. Chapter 2, oh, there's the alternate firing mode. I wanted to give you guys a little example. He aims it up in the air, and it just shoots all around him. In my opinion, that is the most useless alternate firing mode in the world. Because I never get completely surrounded by necromorphs. Like, maybe if you do, it's still not that helpful, in my opinion. I think the grenade launcher in Dead Space 2 is so much better. Because it helps you kill the Guardians, which in Chapter 5, you'll see what those are. And... the grenade launcher all around is just so much better than aimless spreading fire in all directions. And there's, see that leaper? And here's a power node door. There are two power node doors in this game, in this chapter. But anyways, what I was... Oh, I'm gonna skip through this because I remembered while I was getting. I was like, oh yeah, huh? I said I wouldn't get audio logs. But anyways, what I was saying before, the weapons I recommend getting are in Chapter 2, get the pulse rifle. Chapter 3 or Chapter 2, doesn't really matter, get the line gun. And then the final weapon you want to get is the either the contact beam or the, what's that gun called? It's like a shotgun. It's the equivalent to a shotgun. Force gun. That's the gun. Either the contact beam or the force gun. Getting all twisted with my words. One of those two weapons, they're both really good. The thing that I don't like about the contact beam in this game is that it's not as strong as the one in Dead Space 2, and it has to like charge before you blast. Like it doesn't necessarily have to charge; it can still shoot, but to get its full power, it has to charge, and it takes too much time. In my opinion, I like to move through fast, obviously. And in this room, we see a guy. Imagine this way of dying, puking into your own mouth, choking on your own vomit. I'm sorry, here, let me knock your head off, and then pick it up. Yeah, you could, normally when you throw their head, you can, it splats, like you can see, he's staring at you, his mouth is still open. Yeah, his head didn't splat. I was like, what? Normally their head just, it's under the table, I seen it. When I was playing, I was like, where did it go? But I just seen it under the table. Yeah, and then there's a necromorph that pops out of there as soon as you grab that power node. And now we move on. Use the battery to turn on the elevator. And then up on this little ledge over here, there's some line racks, which we don't have the line gun yet, but we are gonna get it later. I don't remember if I got it in Chapter 2 or not, but I'm for sure gonna get it in Chapter 3. And I'm not gonna record Chapter 3 until I haven't even finished uploading Chapter 1 yet. I still need to upload the last part of Chapter 1 and then the first part of Chapter 2, then this, and then after. I haven't done commentary on the next part yet, obviously. So I need to do that, and then once I get all these uploaded, I'm going to start recording Chapter 3. I just don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I did record Chapter 3 before, but something got messed up with my data, like... confusing to explain. I had recorded up to Chapter 4, but like the way I still have all the same stuff because I used different save files, but I accidentally deleted that one save file, so I gotta re-record Chapter 3, which is not a big deal because I still have all the same stuff, so it's all good. But I did have up to Chapter 4 recorded, but yeah, shit happened. So yeah, and I love how they tell you back there, yep, your air meter will appear when you are in a vacuum, and the whole time they're telling that you're dying. There's 10,000 credits out floating in space. I love. I should.
Is able to set his gravity locally. Your grav boost will kick in when you enter a zero-G area.
I should have took more time to show you guys like how detailed they put the graphics in this game are just beautiful. Like compared to Dead Space 2 and 3, they're not nearly as good, but they're still really good for its time. 2010 I think was when this game came out. 2010, 2008 or something like that. I don't remember. But Yeah, for its time, these graphics are really good. I remember back in like 2000, the graphics, like I seen this post on Facebook. I was looking like the graphics back in 2000 are just terrible, like horrible, and then the graphics now are just, they've advanced so much. And yeah, right there I was testing to see if you could use your kinesis to get that thing.
Combine that with the thermite at the barricade to destroy it. Shit. I can hear more coming. Moving through the vents. Stay safe, Isaac.
And in this room, 2 leapers spawn. One right there, obviously you can see, and then there's another one which spawns more to the over there. So you kind of see him. I'd recommend just ignoring those guys and running away. There's not a high chance that they will attack you. Like, that guy got pretty close to getting me, but they cannot leave that room. Some necromorphs, like in chapter 5 when we meet the hunter, I'll show you, like, he cannot leave the first room that you meet him in, and then once you escape that room, you could stand right outside the door, and he'll like act like he's all badass, like roar, scratching his claws together, and then you just he stands there and he's like making his grunting sounds, and then scratching his claws, and I already said that, and then he turns around and walks in a circle, grunts some more, scratches his claws, and goes back to the door, looks at you, and then turns around, like acts like he's gonna walk forward. Then he turns around, and it's just funny. He can't leave the room. I think it's because the game creators made it to where they are only active in a certain room. If he were to go into a different room, he'd probably disappear. Like in Dead Space 2, there's a glitch with the other type of hunter. He reminds me of the hunter. I'm not sure exactly what he's called, but he regenerates his limbs, which is what the hunter does. You'll meet him in chapter 5. There's a glitch to where you can make it to where he doesn't exist anymore. Like, he does like, I don't know, I'll just explain it when I get to my Dead Space 2 Let's Play. I'm used to saying walkthrough because I used to do walkthroughs, but now I'm doing Let's Plays. Because walkthroughs, you gotta be all detailed. Let's Plays, you just play. It's Let's Play Dead Space. But I'm doing Dead Space 2 right after this, and then after Dead Space 2, I'm gonna do Dead Space Extraction, and hopefully by then, I'll have Dead Space 3. Oh, and we're coming to a closure, so thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, help my channel grow, and I'll see you guys in the final part of Chapter 2.